Yep, by August, it's February 2021. This is the current project, so it's a Sinclair C5 front brake. Now the plan with this was to attempt to do something that was DIY, that anybody can buy the bits for. You haven't got to go and get anything welded, nothing specialist. You just take your old front wheel off, use drill and bolt this on, stick it on C5, adjust it, and then use it. Job done. And also, it's also a cost in mind as well. So I want to do something that's quite cheap. Now, just to get us out of the way, brakes obviously on any vehicle really important, all that sort of stuff. You know, if you're not competent, then don't bother doing it. This is a project for me. This video is just advice to other people about what you could potentially buy, potentially how you could go about doing this sort of conversion. Obviously you make sure that wherever you do your brakes, you're happy with it, it's safe, you test it, etc, etc. This is just to show you guys what I've been up to with mine. So this is video 1. Video 2, I'll be fitting this fork or this unit onto the Sinclair C5, and then I'll test it, adjust it, test it, make sure it works. So this is video 1. So John Webster from the Sinclair C5 Owners Forum, he basically started to produce these polycarbon adapters here, and I believe he sells them for about £35 with the nuts and bolts, and also with the 6 25mm spacers which go in between the disc and the wheel there. So that's 35 quid. The disc is 160mm. I purchased that from eBay along with this quality caliper, or I would say it's a good looking caliper, for just literally a tenner for those 2 items in the UK. Perfect. £5 for the bracket. So what's that? That's basically 50 quid approximately, all in for those bits and pieces there. To fit it, really easy. All you do is you just get a couple of drill bits, do a little pilot hole around the outside, and those 6 bits there right in the middle, drill it through, and then obviously drill through the relevant size for the bolt. Nice and easy, and then you just put it all in place. Put the spacers on the back. You can actually feed the spacers in from the other side, or put them onto the bolts as you lower the disc on. Screw the bolts. They're basically they should really self-tap, as it were, into the plastic if you had the right drill bit, and then you can put the nut on and tighten it all down. So that's what I did. So that just shows you've got the right quality, the right size drill bit. You don't want to go from too big, because obviously there's not a great deal of plastic there. So that's good. But yeah, it goes on really nice. The disc is really flat with those spacers on, and this fits. I would say that fits quality. Perfect. So, and disc wise, this disc here, as you can see here, has got these half moon cutouts, and this is okay. But you can see here there's some plastic on the wheel. If this disc didn't have those half moons, it would sit even better on the wheel. So I completely recommend you, and I know they sell them because I've looked into this now, £7.99 on eBay for the disc. They do a solid disc that has no cutouts. It's down to you. Just type in 160mm, you know, cycle disc, scan through hundreds of items, and you should find one. Or go for this one here, which is a tenner the whole lot. I think they do a kit with front and rear, 2 discs, 2 calipers for 15. Obviously you don't need the rear caliper, then you have a spare disc, but realistically a disc is probably going to last you a lifetime, I expect. Cool, perfect. So yeah, that bolted on nicely. This is a 22mm bracket here, so these come in different sizes. This is 22mm to match this, like I mentioned, to a 5er. So that all went on really easy, and then all I did is bolted the caliper on, making sure this was tight, not ridiculously tight. Try and keep it at the right sort of angle, because obviously if you crank it up, obviously it starts to pull it in, you know. So you want it tight but not ridiculously cranked. Put the caliper on. I then squeeze this. So put the caliper on loosely. I then squeeze this, which kind of positions the caliper on the disc, and then you can snug up the 2 nuts here, and then spin it, and hopefully it will spin. If not, you know, you can look down the line of the disc, you know, and you can get some adjustment. You can adjust the plate here a little bit. You can obviously, in here I've removed some of the washers that came with it. You know, I think there's a few spaces in there, so you can do all sorts of things to get it lined up. But yeah, ultimately that's gone on, and that spins really nicely, or spins pretty nicely, as I say. Obviously you can hear it rubbing a little bit, but that's kind of how I set mine up, just so they rub a little bit. Then I can get them on, fine tune it, and obviously it beds in as well as you start to use it and all that as well. Cool, so that's good, yeah. So I'm really pleased with that. So like I said to you, do whatever you do with brakes, obviously make sure everything's safe, make sure you're comfortable with what you're using. This is just my advice as to what I'll be using, but certainly I'm really pleased with John's item here. it feels quality, polycarbon, definitely 100% an upgrade over the original 3D printed stuff, which was great, but this is clearly an upgrade. And I'm really liking it. And I say, heed my advice on a disc if you can. Get a solid disc without any cutouts. Don't go for one of those fancy swirly ones that has minimal metal on the inside. The more metal on the inside part there, the better, because it just helps everything sit even better than how it does. Cool. So video 2, I'll get around at the weekend to fitting this, probably fit the whole unit actually, on the C5, and then take it out for a test drive, set it up, see if it works. You know, things like making sure that this bracket is strong enough. You know, is that strong enough to hold the momentum? It feels solid. Who knows? We'll try it out, give it some hard braking, and yeah, I'll put my life at risk, you know, just to try this out for you. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and I know that disc brakes in the C5 are simply, really, they are the best modification. You know, it's lovely to drive a C5 with a disc brake, and if we can get one of these at 50 quid DIY, you know, that helps out the forum, improves people's safety and all that sort of stuff, it's great. Nice one, thank you. There we go. Cool, all the best, bye.